I've heard about the Mimi belt, but is it really safe?
As a paramedic, I've treated hundreds of pregnant women over the last 12 years, and one of the leading causes of injury during pregnancy are seatbelts worn incorrectly.
What that paramedic just said is about the only correct thing in that entire video, so that's why I just cut the rest of it out. Let's talk about seatbelt extenders and seatbelt positioners when you're pregnant. A seatbelt positioner adjusts the seatbelt's position like the Mimi belt, often by adding slack or moving the belt away from the neck or shoulder or the lower abdomen. A seatbelt extender increases the length of the seatbelt to allow it to reach around the body. And I'm just going to say it very loud and clear. Do not, I repeat, do not use a seatbelt positioner or extender when you are pregnant. There is no data to support the safety of those in pregnancy or that they improve pregnancy outcomes for the pregnant individual or the fetus if they are in a car accident. All of these products that you see on social media and online are called aftermarket products, and there are no government standards or crash testing regulating any of those aftermarket products. The one pregnant crash test dummy that exists is not biofidelic enough to assess the myriad of risks many of these positioning devices can create. The safest thing you could do for you and that developing fetus when you're pregnant and driving or as a passenger is to wear the seatbelt properly. Here is a good explanation of the proper way to use a seatbelt and the not so proper ways. Please pause to read and save this video. And here's additional information on what to do if you have airbags and a few other things to consider when you are pregnant in a car. Please do not use a seatbelt extender or positioner. The best way to keep you and that fetus safe is by wearing your seatbelt properly. And if you go back to what I shared a minute ago, it could show you some other ways like adjusting the steering wheel, adjusting your seat in order to make things more favorable when you're pregnant. The correct use of a seatbelt in pregnancy does improve the chances of a favorable outcome for both the pregnant individual and the fetus. We know this to be a fact. We don't know about any of those other things that the Mimi belt and all those, the tummy shield, all other BS products that you have out there, aftermarket products, because they're not going to spend the money to do the proper testing. But instead, they will put them on Amazon for you to buy and become a test subject.